Hey YouTube, it's Tyrell here with Shepherd Club. Wanted to talk briefly today about a topic, location. As a prepper, someone that's preparing for difficult times, for survival situations, that's something that's pretty vital. Knowing where you are and having a good location to, whether you're choosing to bug out or just live in general, on where to go. I used to live in Iowa. I mean, farmlands, open spaces, tons of countryside. But the problem with Iowa was it's very, very flat. Yeah, we got cornfields, but corn's not up all year round. Yes, we have some trees, but still, it's very, very easy to get around in Iowa. There's not many places to hide in Iowa. Now, there's not a lot of big cities, so it's not always susceptible for attacks and stuff. But whether there be looters or different things, Iowa is not the most ideal place to be in a survival situation. I currently live in the Appalachian Mountains out here in eastern Kentucky, and I mean, you saw that quick video at the beginning of looking out my front door. I'll hurry up and just walk out my back door real fast. Yes, this does not look like suburbia. This does not look like a big town of any sorts at all. This is where I live. I mean, you've got mountains, you've got trees. I live pretty much out in the sticks, out in the middle of nowhere, here in the country, in eastern Kentucky, and it is very, very good place for just location in general. When you're looking at finding a place to live, I'd advise finding a place that is going to be fairly close to water sources. Now, if you're for some reason out on the run, out hiding, and water sources are some of the first places that people check for if they're looking for you. So you may live fairly close walking distance to a lake, a river, a stream, or something like that, but maybe not live right on the riverbank, right up next to it, unless you've really got a spot fortified, I guess. But if you live in a city, it's not a good idea. I mean, you need to get out now. It's past time to get out. Looking at where things are in the world today, I mean, if there's nuclear warfare of any type, you're done for. There's EMP, you're not even going to be able to get out of the city. Your cars won't work. I mean, you won't be able to get out. I mean, you won't be prepared for anything. There's going to be so many looters and so many riders in the city, you're not going to stand a whole lot of a chance. If there is financial collapse, anything like that, food's not going to be coming in, water's not going to be coming in, you're not going to have electricity, you can't pay any of those bills anymore, and you're just stuck in the city with a bunch of angry masses. It's not something that I feel is very safe. If martial law is to take place, if there was a gun grab taking place, they're not going to come out in the country down every holler and try knocking on doors and everything like that, because one, they know it's not quite as safe, and they want to get lots of people at once. They want to be able to get lots of people. And the first time they do that, word is going to spread so fast, so quickly, that everybody else is going to be prepared. So they need to get as many people as they can the first night. They need to get as many people as they can immediately. Now, what they may do is if there was like an EMP and then they do a gun grab, so that way communication can't get across. But if you're living in a city, if you're living in a suburb, a highly populated place of any type at all, where there's a National Guard or a fairly decent-sized police force, those are the places that are going to get hit first when martial law occurs, when there's a gun grab, anything like that. So I encourage you, if you are from a city, if you live in a city, it's past time to get out. Don't wait to get out. Find a place out in the country. It's peaceful out here. It's nice out here. You may not be used to country living, but in a worst case scenario, when disaster hits, you're going to have to learn how to live in these conditions. You're going to have to learn how to live off the land. You're going to have to learn how to live in the country. So you might as well start now, because we don't know how quickly all this is going to take place. We don't know how quickly disaster is going to strike. We don't know how quickly we could go to war with Russia, an EMP, nuclear, Hillary Clinton get in office, and who knows what's going to take place when she gets in the office. So I encourage you, if you're in a city, get out now. If you are in a flat, open place, not a lot of hiding spots, maybe you find one. If you're in a place that doesn't have, and I'm not telling you to hunker down in a bunker, but if you're trying to survive nuclear fallout, you need to be fairly close to a, not all basements are perfect, but they're going to be a little bit more better than just being in your house alone. So have some type of access to a getaway. That's basically what I want to talk about. I mean, there's not a whole lot more I have to say. I don't want to keep you too long, but be thinking about this now. I mean, if you don't have a plan set in place on where you're going to go when stuff hits the fan, get that in place now. Share it with your kids, share it with your wife, your family, on if all of a sudden electricity goes out or the government's coming or whatever it may be. Have a plan on where you're supposed to meet. Have a rally point. If your rally point's at home, if you already live out way out in the sticks in a place that you know that others can't get to you very easily, military, FEMA, none of them can get to you very easily, that's great. But have a plan set in place on how to get to where you're going to be going and where exactly you're going to be going, and then you can start worrying about fortifying your actual location. So that was basically all I wanted to talk about. Just let's get a plan now on where you plan on going, preferably close to water access, preferably where there's trees, maybe rougher terrain where others can't get there as quickly, and it's a little bit better for hiding out. All right. Thank you. Have a good one.